The vast ocean is home to endless resources, where resilient fishermen catch hundreds of tons of herring, squid, and many other seafood species every day to serve the food needs of millions of people. The journey to conquer the ocean, from the time the boat leaves the dock until it returns with a full hold of products, requires not only physical strength but also the intelligence and perseverance of people who are used to living and working with the wind and waves. Today, thanks to the advancement of technology, fishing has become more efficient and safer. But no less challenging, modern boats, equipped with advanced equipment, such as GPS positioning systems, sonar fish finders, and other support tools, have helped fishermen search for giant schools of herring or seas filled with squid. Work at sea is still arduous, but with the support of technology, fishermen can optimize their time and effort to achieve the highest yield while protecting the marine environment. However, the journey of herring and squid continues in modern processing plants. Here, seafood is processed with advanced technology to preserve its natural flavor and ensure food safety. From cleaning, processing, to packaging, every step is carried out under strict hygiene conditions, bringing high-quality products to consumers. That journey, from the ocean to the dining table, contains countless efforts and dedication of fishermen and workers working tirelessly in processing plants. Every day, when the dawn breaks over the sea, herring and squid fishing boats leave the dock. Starting a new journey, equipped with modern technology, the boats can move quickly to areas with large seafood reserves, where herring migrates along streams and squid swim in schools in the deep blue water. Sonar and GPS systems help fishermen find herring and squid accurately. Herring often gather in large schools, sparkling in the sunlight, while squid move more slowly, drifting slowly in the sea. Determining their exact location is a task that requires precision, because each cast can determine the success or failure of the entire working day. Fishermen must constantly monitor sonar signals, analyze the movement of the fish and adjust the boat's direction for maximum efficiency. Casting a net is a complex and challenging process. For herring, the net must be specially designed to encircle the entire school without damaging the fish. Herring is a small fish but has high nutritional value, so protecting it from harm is very important. Fishermen coordinate rhythmically in dropping and pulling the net, ensuring that no fish escapes. As for squid, fishermen use other fishing methods, such as fishing with bright lights at night, attracting squid close to the boat. The underwater lights create a magical scene, as the squid swim towards them, attracted by the shimmering light. The sea conditions always pose harsh challenges. High waves can rock the boat, and storms are always a nightmare for fishermen. But with perseverance and courage, they do not falter, continuing to work hard in the hope of bringing back holds full of herring and squid. They work together like a well-oiled machine, rhythmically and in unison, because they understand that the success of the whole trip depends on cooperation and teamwork. Once the herring schools are identified, the fishermen quickly deploy the seine nets, large nets that can encircle the entire school. The herring are pulled up from the sea, sparkling silver in the sunlight. The joy of seeing the nets laden with herring is a worthy reward for all their efforts. The fish are carefully pulled up so as not to damage the fish meat. Then quickly stored in cold storage compartments on board to preserve their freshness. For squid, the fishing process is somewhat different. Fishermen often use artificial bait or fish with lights at night. Squid are light-sensitive creatures, and when bright lights shine down on the sea, hundreds of squid will be attracted and swim close. The fishermen skillfully use fishing rods or nets to quickly harvest the squid. The squid is cleaned right on board and preserved using rapid cooling technology. Preserving the flavor and quality. The harshness of the sea cannot discourage the fishermen. They are used to long working days in unfavorable conditions. But it is their resilience and love for the sea that helps them overcome all difficulties. The herring and squid they harvest are not only a valuable food source but also a source of pride for fishermen who have spent their whole lives at sea. After completing the after being caught, herring and squid are carefully sorted. The herring is cleaned, sand and other impurities are removed. And then stored in the ship's cold storage system to maintain its freshness. The squid is also cleaned. The black ink is removed and carefully stored to maintain its characteristic flavor. Proper storage immediately after catching is a decisive factor in the quality of the products when they reach consumers. When the ship arrives at port, the herring and squid are loaded onto refrigerated trucks and quickly transported to modern processing plants. Here, the processing begins with strict hygiene and food safety standards. Herring can be processed into a variety of products, from fresh fillets, canned fish, to the famous smoked herring dishes. Squid is also cut into rings, processed into dried squid, seasoned squid, or packaged as ingredients for restaurants and kitchens. The process of transporting from the sea to the shore and from the factory to the consumer market is a continuous and non-stop chain of work, all to ensure that the seafood retains the best quality and reaches the consumer in the shortest time. This is a complex process, requiring precision and close coordination between the parties. In modern processing plants, herring and squid are processed with the most advanced technology. Herring is cleaned, deboned, and cut into perfect fillets. The process of processing herring includes cleaning with sterile water. Then the fillets are vacuum packed to extend the preservation time. Some types of herring are marinated with spices, then dried or smoked to create specialty dishes. Squid is processed in many different ways, from slicing, to processing into dried squid or steamed squid. Each product is carefully processed to maintain its freshness and characteristic flavor. The cleaning and packaging process is carried out in a closed environment, with temperature and humidity strictly controlled to avoid contamination. Automatic squid cutting machines increase productivity, while workers manually check the quality of the products to ensure that there are no errors. The factory also applies a strict quality control system. Herring and squid samples are constantly tested to ensure that there are no harmful bacteria or chemicals. Every product must undergo food safety tests, from microbiological and chemical tests to nutritional indicators before being released to the market. Thanks to advanced technology and the ingenuity of workers, these seafood products always meet the highest standards, satisfying both domestic and international customers. The herring and squid fishing and processing industry not only provides an abundant food source but also contributes greatly to the economic development of many countries. Especially coastal areas, with hundreds of tons of output per day, herring and squid have become the main source of income for millions of fishermen and their families. While promoting the development of supporting industries such as food processing, transportation, and export, job creation is one of the most obvious positive impacts of this industry. From fishermen working far offshore to workers in processing plants. Every link in the supply chain creates job opportunities for local people. In coastal areas, herring and squid fishing and processing have become the main source of livelihood, providing stable income for thousands of families. Modern processing plants, with large-scale production lines, also require a large number of workers, from machine operators to product quality control workers. Not only that, this industry also creates many indirect jobs in related fields. Shipping companies, packaging suppliers, and logistics workers all benefit from the growth of the fishing and seafood processing industry. Fishermen also rely on suppliers of equipment, from fishing nets, fishing rods, to modern machinery, contributing to the development of supporting industries. The economic contribution of the seafood industry is significant. In many countries, seafood accounts for a large part of GDP, and herring and squid are important export items, bringing in large foreign exchange earnings. These products are widely consumed in international markets, from Europe, Asia, to the Americas, and play an important role in the trade balance. Processing plants also invest in new technology to improve product quality, helping to increase competitiveness and expand markets. The prosperity of this industry also helps develop coastal communities. The vibrant coastal areas where fishermen and their families live have developed into sustainable communities, with improved infrastructure and an increasingly high quality of life. Schools, health stations, and community centers have been built, bringing direct benefits to the people. Traditional festivals and cultural events associated with the fishing industry also enrich cultural identity and strengthen community ties. However, the seafood industry also faces significant challenges. Climate change and increasingly polluted marine environments are posing major risks to seafood resources. Rising sea temperatures, ocean acidification, and overfishing have reduced herring and squid stocks in many areas. This directly affects the livelihoods of fishermen, who depend entirely on the sea for their livelihoods. To deal with this problem, effective environmental protection policies and sustainable management measures are needed. Support programs for fishing communities have been implemented to help them adapt to environmental changes and improve their fishing methods. Many NGOs and governments have collaborated to provide training, financial support, and encourage sustainable initiatives. Such as the use of environmentally friendly fishing nets or the application of technology to reduce waste during fishing. These initiatives not only help protect natural resources but also bring long-term benefits to coastal communities. Another aspect that cannot be overlooked is the participation of women in the seafood industry. In many places, women take on important jobs in processing plants. From cleaning, slicing, to packaging products, they also play a role in managing family finances and participating in community activities. Women's contributions not only bring income to the family but also contribute to the overall development of the community, creating a strong social network. The seafood industry also contributes to the development of tourism in coastal areas. Bustling seafood markets, where fresh herring and squid dishes are sold, have become attractive destinations for tourists. Tourists not only want to enjoy the taste of fresh seafood but also want to explore the lives of fishermen. Participate in fishing activities or visit processing factories. This has opened up more economic development opportunities for localities, promoted sustainable tourism and honored marine culture. Awareness of marine protection and sustainable development is also increasingly emphasized in the fishing community. Many educational programs have been implemented to help fishermen better understand the importance of protecting the marine environment, such as not dumping plastic waste into the sea, protecting coral reefs and maintaining fish stocks. Today's fishermen are not only resource exploiters but also protectors of the sea, understanding that the sustainability of the ocean is vital to their livelihoods. In short, the herring and squid fishing and processing industry is not only an important economic sector but also an indispensable part of the lives of coastal communities. From creating jobs, contributing to GDP, to developing tourism services and promoting sustainable initiatives, the industry has brought positive changes to millions of people. However, to maintain this development, close cooperation between fishermen, governments, organizations and the international community is needed to protect and preserve marine resources for future generations. In the context of marine resources being seriously threatened by climate change, environmental pollution, and overfishing, the protection and sustainable development of the herring and squid fishing and processing industry has become a top priority. Implementing sustainable strategies not only ensures a stable supply of seafood, but also helps protect precious marine ecosystems, sustain the lives of millions of species and stabilize the livelihoods of fishermen around the world. One of the most serious problems facing the industry is overfishing. In recent decades, pressure on food supply has led to overfishing of seafood species such as herring and squid, leading to a decline in numbers and an imbalance in the marine ecosystem. Overfishing not only depletes resources but also negatively affects the entire food chain, threatening the lives of many other species. Therefore, sustainable management and conservation of marine resources is necessary to ensure that herring and squid stocks will not disappear in the future. To deal with this situation, many countries have established policies to protect marine resources. Measures such as fishing quotas, bans on fishing during the breeding season, and protection of important breeding areas have been implemented to reduce pressure on resources. In some areas of the ocean, marine reserves have been established to protect ecosystems and allow marine species to recover. These areas act as ecological banks, where herring and squid can breed and grow without being threatened by humans. In addition to limiting fishing, modern technology also plays an important role in protecting marine resources. Fishing vessels are now equipped with GPS and sonar systems to accurately locate schools of fish, thereby minimizing waste of resources and avoiding the bycatch of unwanted species. New types of fishing nets, specially designed to minimize damage to marine ecosystems, allow small fish to escape, helping to maintain fish populations in the future. Remote monitoring technology also helps authorities monitor and manage fishing activities, ensuring that regulations are strictly followed. Sustainable aquaculture is another important solution. Herring and squid farming has grown rapidly in recent years, providing a steady supply of seafood without depleting marine resources. However, this development needs to be done responsibly so as not to harm the environment. Modern aquaculture systems use recirculating technology, which helps to treat waste and minimize water pollution. Feed for farmed fish and squid is also produced from sustainable sources, without affecting other species in the wild. Climate change also poses a major challenge to the seafood industry. Rising sea temperatures, rising sea levels and ocean acidification have changed the habitats of many seafood species. Herring, squid and other marine species are forced to move to new seas in search of suitable living conditions, making it difficult for fishermen to change fishing locations. To cope with these changes, scientists are studying ways to help seafood adapt to new conditions, and developing more heat-resistant varieties of herring and squid. Education and awareness raising are essential elements of the strategy to protect the ocean. Fishermen and communities need to be trained in sustainable fishing practices, such as not dumping plastic waste into the ocean, protecting coral reefs and reducing ghost nets, abandoned nets, one of the causes of mass mortality of marine life. Education programs and workshops have been organized to help fishermen better understand the importance of protecting the marine environment. And many of them have committed to implementing environmentally friendly measures. Community participation is also an important factor in protecting the ocean. In many places, community organizations have initiated programs to clean up beaches, remove waste and protect fish breeding areas. These campaigns not only help clean up the environment but also raise public awareness of the importance of protecting marine resources. Many fishermen have become sea guardians, willing to share their knowledge and experience to educate the community about the importance of marine conservation. International cooperation is essential to protect marine resources, as marine species do not respect borders and move freely between different seas. Many countries have cooperated to develop international regulations on sustainable fishing, exchanging information and data to jointly protect herring and squid populations. International agreements such as the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, UNCLOS, have set out specific regulations on the rights and obligations of countries in the protection and sustainable use of marine resources. This cooperation not only helps protect the environment but also promotes the sustainable development of the seafood industry. Sustainable initiatives by businesses also play an important role. Many seafood companies have committed to using only ingredients from sustainable sources and have joined certification programs such as the Marine Stewardship Council, MSC, and the Aquaculture Stewardship Council, ASC. These programs ensure that seafood is caught or farmed according to strict environmental and social standards. Consumers are also increasingly aware of choosing sustainable seafood products, and this has put positive pressure on companies to improve their production processes. Protecting the marine environment is not only the responsibility of fishermen and companies in the industry, but also the responsibility of all of us. Every consumer can contribute to protecting the ocean by choosing responsible seafood products, reducing plastic waste and participating in environmental protection activities. We can learn and educate our children about the importance of the ocean, not only as a food source but also as a precious ecosystem that we need to protect.